Welcome to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of PR Champions, and today we are headed to one of my favorite cities, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to chat with Paul Furiga of WordWrite PR. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Christina. It's great to be here with you and the audience.
So tell us about the types of people that you work with and what you do for them.
Sure. So we're in the business of working with providers of complex services. So think accounting firms, engineering, healthcare, especially technology firms, law firms, anybody who has a very complex solution to share with their ideal clients. And that's where our focus on storytelling becomes really critical. Because if you can't explain what you do to the people who sign the checks to hire you, you're not going to get hired.
And I see that book right there in the background. You talk about this on your website. Obviously, you have a book about it, but it's the capital
Yes.
S. So let's talk about why that capital S story is so important in PR.
Well, absolutely. So the business leaders that we work with in the field of PR tell all kinds of stories all day long. And most of those stories are small S stories. In the old days, I'd say that today's news is tomorrow's birdcage liner. Today, it's probably more like you swipe on your social, and 5 minutes later, you can't remember what you read. Those are small S stories. The big S stories are the stories that stand above all the others. They get that capital S because they answer these fundamental questions: why somebody should buy from an organization, work for the organization, invest in the organization, or partner with it. The answers to those questions, Christina, they define the very character and nature of the organization. They're the elements of an organization that, as PR professionals, our clients most want remembered so that they get hired, so that they become an employer of choice. And that's where our focus is with the capital S story.
And I love that. So capital S is your big story. How do you tweak
Yes.
that though, so that you're pitching slightly different to all these different publications?
Right. So think of that capital S story like you would a book. Even if you're not a big book reader, I think people understand the concept that a story has many chapters. And also, like a diamond, think of the capital S story like a diamond. Different facets are important to different audiences. In today's environment, coming out of COVID, I hope we are, the fight for talent, right? There is two facets right there. What potential employees may want to know about your story might be slightly different than what potential customers want to know. And so you really need to have a very strategic overall story. And in our work, we focus on developing an archetypal story, and then we align that with the specifics of the organization. A great example would be David and Goliath. You don't have to be a biblical scholar to know that's the underdog story. And so we first identify the archetypal story that defines the organization, and then we can dial in the specifics and create the kinds of stories you're talking about. Certain publications, certain outlets, certain audiences are going to be interested in different facets of that story.
I love the diamond analogy. I might steal that from you, but that's just a really
It's
good
yours.
way to thank you. I will give you credit. But it's just a really good way to explain the PR process. So,
Yes.
what do you see the mistake that people are making? If people go or trying to do it by themselves, or just have
Right.
somebody on staff trying to help with the PR, where are they missing the boat?
Well, they don't have enough experience and understanding of the capital S story concept, frankly. Today's world, we're overwhelmed by digital clutter. And what I often say about storytelling is it's the original communications medium. No batteries required. All you need is a brain and imagination. In our work, we follow a lot on the historical developments put together by folks like Joseph Campbell, the mythologist, and Carl Jung, the psychoanalyst, as much as we do marketing or PR concepts. Those two individuals, Christina, understood that stories are hardwired into the human brain. And while social media and all these new platforms are great, they're coming at us so fast, Our brains are old. They are wired for narrative. And so stories have to be the conveyance, the mechanism that delivers the information. Otherwise, we're not going to remember it. There's just too much information out there.
Right. I love that, Paul. And it's emotion. We tell stories with emotion.
Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing that with us today. I think that will be very helpful for our viewers to really understand story. So thank you.
You're welcome.
To learn more about Paul and WordWrite PR, head over to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of PR Champions, and we'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.